into some of the questions here, because as we read through the book, you talk about some important concepts, principles that would ultimately help someone to grow and to develop. And one of the first things I want to touch on, actually, before we go into more detail on the book, you have a structure that you describe in the book. You talk about the points you want to make, then you have action points, and going on from action points, you then have a section on declarations. Why did you choose that format?
Well, again, it's come from the experience. A lot of times you read books, but it doesn't have the structure. A lot of times you read books and you will say, "Oh, I'm going to jot that down. I'm going to write that down." Or this idea dropped into my spirit as I was reading it. But then you get distracted, and for whatever reason you might find yourself not having the opportunity to go back to it, if not even forget all about it. So that structure became something that I have used. I read a lot, and you will see I'm always scribbling at the side, because I feel that if I don't scribble what I'm just perceiving, what I'm receiving down immediately, the tendency is for me to forget. And we have this general saying that the richest reservoir of ideas and resources are where they are in the cemetery, because people didn't write them down, so people didn't follow up on them, and they went to their grave with them, not benefiting anybody. So that structure was very, very important for me. It was something that I used when I was also going through my doctoral degree, because I went in very late. I started at the age of 50, so it was there were a little bit of various challenges. So I have to be declaring to myself. I had to be saying to myself, "You can do this. You can finish this." So it was my own declarations. It was things that I spoke to myself. So it wasn't something somebody else wrote down and I'm reading. So that is really why I use that structure, that as you are reading it, something drops to your spirit. There's the space there, quickly write it down. And then the declarations, there are those positive statements that we don't realize how much it turns into energy, for you to move forward, for you to go on and do something. So it resonated with me that this is something that I need to help people get to, especially if you want to get to the mindset of I can do it, I can do it. So writing your declaration, reading it out, it becomes part of you, So if you want to give up on something, it just comes back to you, because you have been saying it. So that's what made me to really make sure that I included that.